hope everybody had a Merry Christmas. Now that it's the day after Christmas, there in the UK and in other parts of the world, it's Boxing Day. Exactly what is Boxing Day? I've never really looked into it, so we're going to take a look at what is Boxing Day, the day after Christmas in the UK explained. Let's get into it.
Happy Boxing Day, fellow travelers. Mark here with Walter's World, and today we are here in London, England, to answer your question of what is this Boxing Day? I know since I was a kid, I remember seeing the school calendars. It would say, Christmas, December 25th. But then on December 26th, it said Boxing Day, UK. I'm like, what is this Boxing Day? I mean, I read about the Boxer Rebellion in school, but it's not that. And it's not a day they go boxing. What is this? And if you look up, if you put on Boxing Day.
Not a day to go boxing. Seems like the perfect day to do so, right? I'm just saying Boxing Day. Tyson versus Holyfield type thing, right?
In Google, I guarantee it'll be like, what is Boxing Day? Now, there's a lot of different things people like to talk about what Boxing Day could be and the history of it, but here's the basics of what Boxing Day is. Historically speaking, Boxing Day, the day after Christmas, is the day that you would be gifting a box, like a gift, to your servants. It could be your servants in different ways. It could be the people, that cleaned your house. You might give them a gift or a free day, or you give them something there. Or it might be the people that did work for you. You would gift them there. So the equivalent of today would be if I am giving a gift to my trash man that takes out my garbage once a week.
Oh, so it was a day for the, okay. So a day that you give a gift. Seems like you do it on Christmas, but a day to give a gift to servants, or I guess now working class people. I mean, it's kind of keeping that kind of mentality of the trashmen and stuff like that. They get paid nowadays, but I guess for their services and stuff like that. Still, that's interesting though. That's interesting that it's continued on, and now it's. Let me watch this a little bit further, because it seems like it's got very classist roots.
And picks it up, I'd be giving my gift to him on the 26th. The person that does my hair, what's left of it, I would be giving the gift to them that day. These kind of things. So the Boxing Day is just the giving of a gift to the people that do services for you. That's kind of like the history of it. Now, in terms of what it is today, well, it's a little different now, because we don't really have as many people doing services for us. We're not having servants doing things for us. There's not a lot of things for that. So basically what it is today, if you're coming to the UK and you're here for Boxing Day, well, one thing, there's going to be a lot of sports on TV. A good football match, not a bad one. You're going to like a good one, like a Chelsea. And
so it's about like Thanksgiving Day in the US as far as sports are concerned. Because you get all kinds of games. You get a ton of NBA games. You get a ton of NFL games. A ton of college football. Well, no, college football games still on Saturday, but you still get like 2 or 3 college football games. Normally those are only on Saturdays. So sounds about like a sports day here in the U.S.
And Manchester City or United or something like that, there's going to be a good soccer match, football match on. There might be some other good sporting events. And of course, there's going to be a lot of sales on. Just like in the U.S., the day after Christmas, it's all the stores have all their deals. That's a big thing to do here. So I hope that helps you know what Boxing Day really is. It's just a day that you would give the gifts to your servants and the people that did services for you. Now, if you are going to be here in the UK for Boxing Day, one thing you should know, on the 25th, on Christmas, there's very little to no public transportation on the 25th. The 26th, things are back to normal on Boxing Day. And the thing is, Boxing Day is actually a bank holiday. So if the 26th is on a Sunday, they'll actually celebrate it on the Monday, and they'll be like, the banks will be closed and stuff like that. So that might affect you if you're traveling, but in general, it's not gonna be too much of a big deal. Just more people are out and about, maybe getting some shopping done, or just sit at the pub, taking in a really good match. So there is that. So I hope that helps you know a little bit more about what Boxing Day is. What are some of the Christmas traditions or post-Christmas traditions that you celebrate where you live? Let us know in the comments below so we can have more Christmas facts or Boxing Day facts. If you want to learn more, maybe.
Okay, so while it does seem, and I said classist, and in a way, very much so it is. However, at the same point in time, to piggyback off that, now that I've heard more, I mean, granted, it seems like that the people that did do your service, did do services like baking and, sewing, your tailoring and things of that nature. They probably didn't have a whole lot of money themselves for Christmas and stuff like that. So the fact that the upper class did take and, at least acknowledge them through a day like Boxing Day, that is pretty cool. But it does very much seem like it is tied to a classes type system. So, but still, even with that fact, that is kind of cool. That, yeah. So, just ignore me somewhat because I work things to my head as I watch things a lot of times. So, yeah. All right, so there we have it. What is Boxing Day? The day after Christmas in the UK. Explained. So, okay, so I mean that it makes sense in why it's called what it is. It really does, and the fact that it's went from where people that services like bakers and tailors and uh, things of that nature were given a gift of some sort, a box containing a gift of some sort. Um, that's that is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. I mean, it does seem like that there's a lot of the people that would be given the gifts would be upper class. It does seem like that, or at least a higher class than what the people providing the service is or service were. But the fact that it's actually kind of transformed and now it's more of a sports type day, like it's a day for to celebrate stuff with sports. Hey, that's a notion I think most Americans could get behind because we love sports here. Now, granted, we don't take and exactly love the same sports that are loved over the rest of the world, like UK, Canada, and Australia, and other places that celebrate Boxing Day. But, there's a lot of us who are catching on to football. So, which I know y'all probably, I don't know if there's cricket matches that go on at this point in time too, but I would assume I might have to look at my buddy Rob's channel and see if he's got any cricket matches that he's going to be doing watch-alongs for here in the next today, because I know like a week and a half ago he was watching cricket, so I'd have to imagine there's some cricket matches somewhere being played. But yeah, but due to the fact that now you watch sport, it's a day of sports and stuff like that. Still, it's pretty cool regardless. Either way you slice it, whether you giving gifts as a way of acknowledgement to somebody who did services for you, or now you're watching sports. Pretty cool. It's pretty neat history, and I know it's pretty condensed, but pretty cool nonetheless. That being said, hope you enjoyed this. I know I learned something, even if it's a very condensed amount of knowledge. I learned something, which is always cool to do. So, y'all be good to each other. Love yourselves. Peace.